The UK has negotiated in good faith, perhaps rather too much faith, when it agreed to all the EU's initial demands over the negotiation timetable, EU citizens' rights and the divorce bill. The EU responded by concocting the issue of the Irish backstop. But who seriously believes that sporadic or electronic customs checks would lead to the resurgence of violent terror in Ireland? Not even Michel Barnier, who's trying to use the backstop to keep Britain in a permanent customs union, or to force a referendum against the entire financial and political establishment and against all received politically correct opinion. The British people voted to leave the EU by a majority of 52 to 48%. Exactly the majority by which the European Parliament confirmed EU Commission President von der Leyen. 17.4 million British citizens voted for Brexit, the largest number of British people who ever voted for anything. Now, Michel Barnier is a shrewd and skillful negotiator, but he's trying to reduce the UK to a vassal state, or alternatively is risking massive job losses in the EU. Either outcome is unacceptable.
Thank you, President. I think it's all so easy to pretend, as many people have here, that Brexit is all about the crazy Brits. If Brexit is about anything, it's about the failure of the neoliberal ideology entrenched in EU institutions thanks to Lisbon and Nice, and ironically also entrenched in the ideology of the ruling classes in Britain. It's about soaring rents, decline in wages, privatisation and undermining of public services, conditions that exist in many countries throughout the European Union. And let's not lie about it, it is about democracy. You know what? The UK mightn't be doing too well in the democracy stakes, but neither is the European Union. So while I don't care about the establishment in Britain cannibalising itself, the people on the island of Ireland have to live our lives, and we cannot have a hard border. We have to have our human rights respected and not sacrificed. But if people here really believe in solidarity and a peaceful and socially just Europe, as I do, we have to abandon the road that this European Union is on and abandon neoliberalism.
Listening to our colleagues who have spoken here during the course of the debate this morning, it transpires clearly that the consensus is to seek a repetition of the referendum in the UK until you get the result that you want. But this is not how democracy works. It works differently. When Ursula von der Leyen, for example, was elected by 9 votes or so, nobody said we had to hold another election, even if half of this Parliament clearly disagreed. So could I remind you of these facts? Could I also say that the UK is a net recipient of goods and services within the context of the European Union? So what does this mean? Does it mean that we're going to be penalising the UK? Who are we going to sell our cars to? Who are we going to sell our food to? Our electro and white goods? So let's remember the reality and let us try to come together with a constructive proposal. When it was necessary to prop up the banks, there were meetings all night long, and immediately a solution was found. But as far as the UK is concerned, people just don't seem to have the commitment to try to achieve a real solution. So I therefore propose.
Sorry, your microphone has been cut. Thank you.